You know what I heard? Imagine if like people in Britain they thought this was a porno movie because Bird Box would be the slang equivalent of vagina.
Don't they call vaginas fannies? I've heard.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I guess box is an American term, so there's no British guy going, "Ah, they say it right." Anyway,
That
what's
would
up,
be the
everybody?
porn. That would be the porn. You just see them birds fly out.
Or if it's like if it was for furries, so they were thinking it's Bird Box. They're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna see a big chicken get fucked."
Deconstruction.
What's up, everybody? Sahara Deconstruction. You can find us on Tumblr, Twitter. No, you can't find us on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you want to. With
And
him's
we're
comp
everywhere. Sandra Birdbox.
and today's film is
It's BirdBox,
oh shit,
2018.
Bird Box 2018. I could have sworn it came out. Yeah, when did it come out? I thought it came out 2019 though, right? Yeah,
Well,
it
I
did
mean,
come out.
it's only been it's
Yeah,
like
it
a
came out on
month.
Netflix. Did it come out? No, it was straight on
It's only
Netflix.
February.
Okay, 5 years after an ominous, unseen presence drives most of society to suicide, a mother and her two children make a desperate bid to reach safety. Directed by
Wow.
Suzanne Bier, written by Eric Heierschauer, based on the novel by Josh Mallerman, starring Sandra Bullock, Trevante Rhodes, John Malkovich. So, why'd you pick Birdcocks?
Because it's very popular,
It
and there
is.
seems to be a lot of controversy about it, which I don't understand why.
I
And
thought the
people are doing,
controversy was about the challenge, not the movie
yeah, no, I
itself, right?
know, but when things become like memeable, like everybody has like a love or hate it reaction to it, even when it's like not hateable
I
or
think any
lovable.
film that is supremely hyped, there will always be a negative reaction to it, no matter what. Like it, for me, listening to it, it was so overhyped that I was like, "Eh, it's not gonna be that good." And then when I saw it, I was like, "Yeah, okay, see, it was
It's
about as
okay.
right as I thought it was gonna be." So,
It was better than I thought it was going to be, actually.
so this movie is based on a novel of the same name.
Is the novel called Bird Box?
Boyd Box, it sure is. I was wondering what the name of this movie is like. Why do they call it Bird Box? And then I look, there's actually birds inside of a box, which is pretty neat.
Yes.
It actually has a reason to be
And then
titled
they
that way.
release them at the end. It's very symbolic.
Very realistic looking birds that fly out of that box, right? Like I couldn't believe how
It's
realistic.
better than the birds in Birdemic.
Well, there's no bar low enough for that. You might have to go through another planet to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So this movie stars Sandra Bullock as Mallory. Sandra Bullock is what?
Nice to see her and shit.
It is nice to see her, but
I love her.
she's a very prolific producer. I had such a
Is
terrible
she a
crush
big
on her.
producer? I didn't know
She
that.
is. She basically, um, whether you like him or not, George Lopez. She is the reason he is popular because she is the one who gave him his TV show. So
Oh,
that is why.
I'm
Well,
not
she produced it.
necessarily a fan of
He's
Sandra
funny. I
Bullock
like
anymore.
George. No, I like George Lopez. I think he's funny. Well, as a person by himself, he's apparently like a huge drunkard. And I think he divorced his wife after she gave him a kidney, but he gave her half of his money because of it,
Oh, oh
which
my
is nice,
god.
I guess. He could have been an asshole. But apparently he gets drunk and he really hates Trump. But his stand-ups are funny. He's sort of like a Mexican Rodney Dangerfield, but
Well,
like
I like
not
the
as funny.
Trump part. I mean, that's cool. But
Oh, of course,
not
you
the
lefties, right? No, I'm just kidding. So Sandra Bullock isn't here. Is she supposed to be? She's like 50 or something, right? No,
Yeah, but she looks good.
she does. No, I'm not saying that she's bad. I was just thinking about the 1964. Do some math for me. 60 to 70,
1960.
70, 80, 90. Yeah, it's about 50, right?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess she would be too old to have a baby
Yeah,
technically.
that's what I was just thinking. It is science
But I
fiction.
mean, they're playing her younger for sure.
I had I think if she did it, that is, she might actually have a bird come out of her box,
Yeah.
because with I had such a crush on her in Speed. Oh Lord,
Oh yeah, she's like
oh my
super hot.
gosh, in that movie. The movie
Yeah,
introduced me to two things: my fetish for butt and her. She's so cute.
and
Anyway,
Keanu Reeves.
yes, he's the third. Well, that goes without saying. And then also, my fourth fetish was seeing uh, Dennis Hopper getting decapitated. That
That
would be
is
such a
that is
boner.
you just ruined the end of the movie, man. How could you
Anyway,
ruin it?
That was a great movie. So yeah, Sandra Bullock's in this, and she's playing Mallory, an artist. I like that painting that they.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I forgot who did the painting in the film, but apparently, like I was looking up who did the art for the film, or just that specific painting in the movie. It's like
They probably did the drawings too.
it was all yeah.
That
Like, I love
that guy Gary or whatever.
It's so funny. Like whenever you see, you can tell the artists in a film. Like when they have a child's drawing, it's like super stylized for a kid's drawing, and you're like, kids don't draw like that. That's bullshit. Like kids.
You
are
know
like,
what though? They
there are some
do.
good kids'
They
drawings,
do. I saw a child's drawing recently of my friends,
Oh,
and he
okay.
put.
Sure,
and,
your friends. I'm putting finger quotes on my fingers.
No,
Yeah, I guess I would have to do that.
No, he found his old childhood drawings, and like they really looked like.
You weren't in the alleyway going, "Hey kid, come here! I want to see your drawings." Woo-wee.
Hold on, I want to see. The name of the. Is the guy's name Gary, the crazy one? Yeah, it is
yes,
Gary.
It is. Tom
Yes, it
Hollander.
is.
Yes.
So I looked up the differences of the book and the movie, and now I want to read the book.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ending was apparently very like fucked up compared to how the ending in this film.
Well, yeah, this apparently. Oh, sorry. The book is definitely.
Some
No, I
savage
haven't.
you.
I haven't slept in like a week. I have been like. I mean, I've slept like 2 or 3
Okay,
hours.
so
a night.
the
It kinda
artist, the actual artist who did the painting, you know, the painting that she's doing in the
Yeah,
beginning of the
yeah,
film.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
always funny when you see an artist in a film, and she's
They're
like,
always way more talented than normal. Yeah.
but they're only filling in like the dull colors in a painting.
Oh,
So
right,
she's
right,
like only
right.
filling because there's an actual painting there. The artist I think is oh fuck. Oh craps. Okay, the Bird Box was scary because what happened is I was looking for it and I found out I guess the host of Catfish. I don't know if you know what that show is. It's Sky-
Is that like about people that pretend to be other
Right.
people?
He basically brought that word in the forefront. He didn't paint it, but Nev Schulman. He made that film that everybody really liked. It was like and he does that show, and he's actually in that painting.
Oh, okay.
And, okay, here it goes. Lily J Morris at Lily J Morris
That's the artist.
LIJMORRIS. So if you want to see her artwork,
I'm gonna
you
look
can
this
check
up
that out. It's
after
really
our
good.
episode
The painting's
is
really
over.
neat. So it's all these people. It looks like these people at a table. It almost looks like the Last Supper, but these people are all like disaffected and confused looking. Anyway, it's a really
Off
nice painting.
screen,
And just
off the canvas, they've been fingering each other for hours, and
So
they're
there's
tired out from it.
it also stars Trevante Rhodes, who's a very good actor, the African American gentleman he was also
that's
in
Tom or whatever.
yes. He was also in Predator, and he was really good in that movie. And Predator, I liked. A lot of people hated that movie.
Wait,
I thought it
which
was
Predator? There's
the
like-
new one, the one that just recently came out.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Terrible ending, but it was a good.
It's got to be better than Predators.
I thought so too, but some people loved Predators over the new one. They just like had it out for this new one. They just hated it, and I can see
Okay.
why. But I don't. I like Shane Black, but people have their issues. You definitely have your issues with him with Iron Man 3 because he wrote and directed that one. So
Oh yeah, God.
I don't know. You watch Predator. You let me know what you think. I thought it was fun. It has
Yeah.
John Malkovich, who's been showing up in a lot of Netflix movies so far. He was actually recently. He's also
an intense, weird-looking man.
He's great in this movie. He's also a sort of a MAGA guy, I guess, that people have been putting two and two together in the movie. The character, because
Right.
he says "make something great again" or something like that in the movie, and
Yeah.
apparently people were saying, "No, he is a good MAGA guy because he's the only character that made sense." And I was like, "Well, he was, but he was basically all of us." I would hope, in a sense that like be smart, like don't let these people in, all that stuff.
I mean,
Also-
what I would have done is I would have let the guy in, and I would have confined him to a room and like tied him to a chair for like 2 weeks before I let him out.
You would have done that before this chaos even happened, anyway, though, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have.
So there's also in a very minor role is Sarah Paulson.
Yeah,
the
that was
actress.
cool.
It was
From
cool.
American
She's a
Horror
great actor.
Story.
You know what I hear about her? I hear that she loves penis. I heard she is so
Is
into
that true?
guys. I heard she's crazy for men. It's insane.
No,
And
she's a lesbian. Is that the joke?
That was the joke. So
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
Sarah Paulson once again wasted in the film because she is so good, and then they give
She
her
gets
like
killed
5
in, like,
seconds. She
10
was also in
seconds, yeah.
Glass, so if you want to see her in a much more prominent role, go see that movie with almost head-splitting finale of what the fuck did they do with that movie? I'm not
I
sure.
gotta see it. Is it good?
Yes. Anyway,
you don't sound very confident.
it depends on what you think good is.
I'm looking. I think Good is a proper sequel to Unbreakable.
Oh boy. So anyway, Sarah Paulson is in this as she is playing. It was weird because when I saw the trailer for this original on Netflix, I was like, "What is this about?" And I thought they were like girlfriends in the movie, her and
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock's character, but it ends up being sisters that look absolutely nothing like each other. But whatever. This film starts out with I guess
Mallory
the two
and
sisters,
Jess.
right? Mallory and Jess, and Mallory is pregnant. Oh, she's not pregnant. Excuse me. She is pregnant, right? Yeah,
No,
she's
she is pregnant. Yeah.
and she is taken.
She meets that
to,
doctor that's at the end, like right in the beginning.
Yes, right. No, you're kidding me. So she's taken to the hospital, and they're watching these news reports from around the globe where something insane is happening and people are killing themselves. It's very much like once again, M. Night Shyamalan did a film called The Happening, which was apparently the worst piece of shit
Oh, I heard
ever
about that,
made.
but I never saw because every single person I talked to was like, "It's the worst." Don't
I
even
try to
bother."
avoid every Marky Mark film ever made, just because I don't like him as a person. And
Yeah, that story. He beat some Vietnamese guy like almost into a
but
coma.
he was,
or
yeah, I
something.
guess he was Asian, and he knocked his eye out or something like that. He made him blind,
Jesus.
and he's like, "I think I made enough goodness in the world that I forgive myself for doing it after all these years." But
Well, it's good that he could forgive himself at least.
And I swear, if you look at the memes, it's
I mean, that's a true sign of growth right there. Is forgiving
a-
yourself after altering someone's life negatively forever.
It's incredibly racist meme, but they have videos online of Marky Mark going all throughout Vietnam.
I've seen,
photoshopping
you've shown me. Didn't they
instead
put
of-
Creedence Clearwater on the soundtrack? Some people call.
And they've just photoshopped him into old Vietnam photos of him beating up Vietnamese people, and it's so tasteless. But I couldn't stop laughing. It's so bad. It's such a fucked up joke. But anyway, you're listening to this show, so you probably have the same sense of humor.
I'm looking at the book differences. So far, they're all kind of minor shit, but apparently it gets way more into the apocalypse effects. And
Yeah.
John Malkovich's character wasn't even in the book.
Okay.
And
Now,
something with
he was
dogs going
probably,
crazy.
They probably put him as an audience insert, the smart guy or something like
I
that.
mean, I
Well,
liked
who
it.
knows?
I liked
Anyway.
him. And then the dogs are in it, and they go crazy.
Oh my god, I forgot there was a dog in this movie.
How can a dog kill itself? I guess it tears out its own tail.
The dog goes into a vet's office and it self-injects the sleeping drug.
And you see it trying to do it without thumbs, so it's like trying to hold the needle with its paws.
It even puts on that, when the older doctors in the 40s, it puts on that slipper on the head with the mirror on its forehead. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so a little bit from where the cast is. Jackie Weaver as Cheryl. She's the pregnant, nice lady that lets in a maniac. And also Machine Gun Kelly, who's like a rapper. He's like a white guy rapper that...
Oh, that guy, the
he's having
tattoo
drug
guy.
problems. Yeah, because I was watching, I was like, where do I know this guy from? And he's like, one of those white thug guys.
Oh yeah, I
He
forgot about
started
his
out
characters.
as an actor. Yeah, he had like a recent spat with Eminem, and he called Eminem Weird Beard. That's the only thing that's probably about right, because
It's
Eminem...
so silly. You
Eminem's
know
beard
what's
looks
funny
fake.
though is I completely by the end of the movie I had forgotten that they were there and sold the car. I wonder what happens to
Yeah,
them.
they were infuriating. I think the director said that they probably drove back to the supermarket. That's what the director said.
Oh, to live in this supermarket.
Right, whether they survived or not, who knows? And surprisingly,
assholes.
I didn't even put two and two together, but I was looking at Rosa Salazar, the little scared Latina girl in the film.
Yeah, that makes John Malkovich correct again because he's like, we could just leave them, and she's like, well, we're not assholes, but they left them, so
Of
fuck
course.
those people. What
God,
the
was I
hell?
pissed at those characters. And anyway, but Rosa Salazar is Alita from Battle Angel Alita, the movie.
Okay,
Very good movie, by the way.
I'm trying to remember which character is she?
She's a little Spanish girl that hooks up with the white guy. She's like
Oh, I
scared.
see.
She's
Okay,
a little-
okay,
But
okay.
she's like, they obviously alter her for Battle Angel Alita. Go watch that movie. It's fun. It's like old school James Cameron movie. It's really good. Done by Robert
Okay.
Rodriguez. Anyway, so the two sisters, let's get back to the actual film. I was trying to make this a regular sized episode. The two sisters are, watching Mallory's pregnancy because apparently she had a boyfriend that she didn't stay with because he was a jackass or something like that. And it makes her very cold to people. I don't know whether it was because of the boyfriend or just that's how she was in general. and they're checking it out. Then all of a sudden, chaos breaks out in the hospital, which leads to Mallory's sister dying. Graphically, also, whenever you see characters get hit by cars in film, you're like, why do they like instantly splatter? Like, I don't think I've ever like trains. I can understand you splatter, but not like a car, a truck. I guess a truck.
I mean,
the first time I
don't know.
really saw something like that was in Bride of Chucky. Remember with the gay best friend when he runs in front of a truck and he gets splatters?
Yeah. My friend saw somebody get hit by a bus, and he said the bus was like slammed its brakes, but it still hit the guy, and that the guy just face planted down like full force and didn't splat. Probably.
Oof. Lil Ray Howery, who plays Charlie, he was the TSA guy from Get Out. Remember?
Okay, that guy's funny. That guy's fucking funny.
Yeah, so I mean, this movie's full of a lot of people, and there's like a lot of people in this movie.
They got him fucking killed too. That scene was awesome, actually, when they killed that guy.
I didn't. That was so stupid. I didn't buy that. You mean when he goes into the fridge to stop the guy?
I just like the idea. No, I like the idea
so
of
scared. He was so scared. Then he goes, "Okay, I'll sacrifice for myself for these people. I'll go for."
No, not that. The way the guy. Like, because at that point you don't understand that they could look at the monsters, so it's like, what's happening? Like, is the
You're talking
monster
about
like...
BD Wong's character?
No. I'm talking about the bad guy that was in the kitchen.
Okay, right.
Right. Like, or whatever. Like, he
was long dead before that character. What are you talking about?
Shut up! I'm saying the guy that killed the scared guy in the supermarket, the one that was like working for the monsters. I just thought that was a cool idea at that moment.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of listen. I'm confused. There's 150 characters in this movie. I almost wish that there were less characters in the film so you could sort of focus on stuff.
Well, they got rid of 2 of them. They drove to the supermarket.
Well, I mean, these people are all dying left and right in this movie, and I also did like the split narrative of the film that it shows in the past and in the present.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're like wondering how did she get in? Because the movie
So basically, it was like, what was it, like 5 years? How long did it say? Because it said it right at one point. It's like 5 years earlier or something. Like,
so the movie splits narratives between Mallory in the past and Mallory. We're all dealing with all these people and kind of dealing with this chaos that's going on. Yeah. And then Mallory in the future, or in the present, I'm sorry, with these two children.
Imagine there's a deleted scene where she's in the future and she's like living in a rhombus, like in outer space. Like,
what?
There's
even more in the future.
There's like flying cars, and no, it's like the future. Everything's like chrome and shit.
What the fuck are you talking about?
like you see her, she's wearing a blindfold and like goes into her rocket and like launches to the moon
by accident. Like she walks and there was a match stuck to her shoe and it lights a fucking for some reason they built a rocket with an old string like a cartoon or something, and then she gets, and you see her go, oh, and she just flies to like planet Glaxnar.
This made me think of Mario 2, where you take the little rocket to the different parts of the board.
Oh boy, good old times, right? Remember childhood? Oh, that was fun.
Yes.
So anyway, so she ends up meeting all these characters, like John Malkovich's like asshole character who just has no time for anybody because he's pissed off at her because his wife essentially committed suicide to save her. There's also Trevante Rhodes who plays Tom, who's the nice guy. You can tell she was like in that scene where she's like with him in bed or something, and the guy's like. He looks like chiseled, you know what I mean? The guy was like a fucking Greek god and shit.
Of course, yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, put that scene in there in the movie." Like she wanted to put some fucking like scene where he's like this muscular young guy, and she's like this older woman like sitting on schlong all night. Good for her, I guess. And
she's doing good for herself.
That guy's a very good actor. He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
Everybody's a really good actor.
Yeah, there were no bad actors in this movie.
The worst actor is probably Machine Gun Kelly, but even he was okay in this movie. And Rosa Salazar wasn't given much.
He was a believable asshole.
Yeah. Rosa Salazar wasn't really given much. I'm only mentioning her really because she's in the movie for like 5 seconds, really. But
I'm like blanking. I don't even remember her scene.
Yeah, she does so good in Battle Angel, like Alita. Like I was like forgot that she was in this movie. She's
like
so
basically all she does is bend over and say "not in your dreams" or something, and then that's it. Pretty much
sits on schlong.
Yeah.
Pruitt Taylor Vince. I know that actor. We've seen this actor plenty of times in different things. He's the guy who has like shaky eyeballs. He's bald. He was in. He was a scientist that they let him live in Stranger Things too. He's an actor that you've seen all the time.
Okay.
I don't know who the hell he was playing in this movie. I'm
It's okay.
trying
I'm
to
gonna
figure out
look
why I
it
forget
up. We just keep talking. I'm looking it up.
So there's also BD Wong. Like obviously he had his
He's
husband
awesome.
died in the film, and you can see he sees the monster on the monitor, which makes him go nuts. They were
Well, okay, but like they never really. Maybe they get more into it in the book, but like, okay, so they tried to tie him. He cracked his head. Whatever. What if they actually had completely restrained him? Like, let's hypothetically, like he's
maybe
in like
he
a.
would like bite his tongue and swallow.
Or no, he can't. Like somehow they make it impossible.
Put a big dick in his mouth.
They put whatever, but like, how would they? Would it wear off, or would he just still be crazy?
No, I don't think it would wear off. He's probably just gonna. Here's the thing with that. It's like, what did you? Can you quickly look up what year The Happening came out and what year
The book of Bird Box.
Bird Box came out? Because they're essentially the same thing. In The Happening, Well, do you know what spoiler of Happening?
The Happening came out in I don't care. You can tell me. 2000. Everybody, spoiler
I feel
alert.
like we got to talk about that movie. No, I feel like we got to talk about that movie. So I'm not.
You gonna make me watch this awful movie?
I know, but essentially in that, like I've only seen parts of it. But anyway, so with that movie, it's essentially the same thing. It's an unseen force, and then when they find out what it is, they actually explain what it is in The Happening. It's absolutely so stupid. In this movie, they don't. So it gives you a benefit of a doubt to think, oh, it's spookier, what it is. And then when they run away from the monster, it's pretty interesting. It's like, it's cool.
Okay, so the Happening came out in 2008. Bird Box the book came out in 2014.
Then he completely ripped off The Happening. He had to have.
I mean,
There's
have
no
you?
question
So
about it.
you've seen The Happening.
I know what the ending of The Happening is. No, listen, The Happening is people get affected by this unknown force that makes them kill themselves. That's what
that's
The
the same
Happening is.
shit in like Cell and stuff. It's not like a. It's the way they handle it. It's a pretty.
What year did
common,
Cell come out?
I don't know.
Okay, exactly.
Let me look it up.
I say, I think Cell and The Happening actually came out a year from each other. Either way, this is
2006.
this is a very specific thing that happens. Yeah, Cell came out like 2 years after The Happening, right? Or something
Yeah,
like
okay, but is it because of something they saw in The Happening?
No, but the idea is very stupid, and that's why we should talk about that movie. Anyway, they actually showed the monsters in the original cut of this film, but they cut the scenes out of the movie because they said the monsters would look absolutely stupid.
I mean,
And
how could they show it anyway?
Because they're monsters. They're actually seeing monsters, and the monsters turn into either have some pheromone or something that make. Go look. Monsters revealed Bird Box. Anybody listening to us? Go look for. They look. Remember that video that you used to show me of the woman dancing with the crying baby head, like that ugly crying baby mask. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It was a baby's head on top of a green body. That's what the monster looked like. Go look. Just Google right now.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Monster revealed Bird Box, and you'll see what they did. And they said that once they came out with that idea, they're like, "Oh God, this shit looks so stupid that we just cut it out of the movie."
Yeah, it looks like a weird baby face.
So and it's like a baby that has like weird veins or space veins on its
See,
face.
why would it look like that though? It would be like
I don't know.
It should be like some giant squid creature or something.
Right, you figure that, but I guess maybe they just they wanted to make a specific monster for this film, so they can.
It's better that they didn't make a monster because the whole point is it's whatever you imagine is the worst thing. You'll kill yourself.
So, which part of the film did you like, the present or the past scenes?
Which
one did you find more
the past scenes
with the people, right?
Yeah.
Because they're almost like two different films. Because this movie seems like a mix of The Happening and also A Quiet Place. That's everybody's thing that it's A Quiet Place. It's people not talking and it's people not seeing, sort of thing, which is interesting. And the whole shutting your eyes.
I think it's better in A Quiet Place.
Yeah, but the Quiet Place is everybody was going so batshit crazy about that movie. I was like, all right, it's
so
okay.
funny to me. Like, I mean, I'm not. This is a good movie. Quiet Place is okay. Like, why do people get like so obsessed with like movies that are?
It's because horror movies. There's so many horror movies, and like 60% of them are such dog shit. When they see a movie that's like competent, then they go, "Oh, it's good." But then when they see something that's not Like this, Bird Box. They go, oh, it's horrible. Or they say it's great.
Yo,
It's
you know
never
what I
fucking-
really liked about this movie? The fucking score.
I
It's
don't
like
remember the score really.
it's like great.
I gotta go check it out. Is there a specific musician that did it?
I have no idea, but the like the music, like the scenes, like just the you know like the standard music of this
My real
movie,
question
not
at the end. My real question at the end of this movie was, why the fuck? Who built a school for the blind in the middle of the woods? Like real, like deep in the woods, or you can't. Who the fuck put a school for the blind there? What's that about?
I don't know.
Did they? You think they all? These are people that didn't want to deal with blind people, so they here's a school like they purposely
Let's just
built it far
isolate
away.
them. Isolate them out
They
of here.
can't bother me anymore. They go, bye everybody, because originally in the novel, apparently the people blinded themselves. That's how
Oh,
they.
okay.
That's the original ending of the book. Like they blind. I don't know if Mallory blinds herself at the end, but the people scooped
guess
out
that is
and
pretty
poked
dark.
their eyes out to. I wouldn't fucking poke my eyes out. I would just wear shades or shit on my face. Like I would. The idea of
I would
cutting
wait
my eyes
until the
out-
next solar eclipse and pull a Trump and stare at the sun.
Yeah, right. Imagine that. But it's like we're real political on this show now, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand blinding yourself, but that's the original ending. Like, oh, it's such a dark ending. Oh, yeah, it's a stupid ending. It doesn't make any sense to blind yourself. Obviously, because you can,
Well,
you
I
might
mean,
see a
it makes
monster.
sense if you can't use your fucking eyes without going insane and killing yourself.
Yeah, but I overall I thought it was a fine movie. Were there specific things that stuck out to you that you had a problem with or you really liked
Well,
about the film?
I mean, logically speaking, why couldn't the monster go inside? Like you're
Yeah,
in this,
you're right.
like okay, so like they're in this big like okay, maybe in a house it's too big or something. I don't know, but like they're in this giant sanctuary. The monster shows that it could like move trees and shit at one point. Like so,
Right.
why can't it just like break the ceiling of the
That's-
sanctuary?
That's more of sort of the lazy writing of like it just happens because it can. It's not like they have.
It
a
just
reason
goes up
for
to
it.
it's like
Yeah.
the monster's like. I don't like walls. I don't
maybe like
I don't like dealing with doorknobs.
He goes, the feng shui in this house is terrible. I'm not going in there. Like
It's
it goes everywhere else.
terrible.
And meanwhile, the school for the blind had an open like archway, like a big open like roof. Like what if the monster climbed
Right,
on
that's
top
what I'm
of it?
saying. Like, why couldn't the monsters go in there? Or
don't
like,
know.
okay, and then like, okay, so
And also,
that
obviously,
sanct-
the monster was running around the woods, so it would eventually find that. Or go,
That's
I
what I'm
guess they would
saying.
know
It's
that
moving
because of the
trees and
birds.
shit, so it could certainly knock a wall. But then also, okay,
Doesn't
so
make
the
the birds go-
sanctuary is very, very big, right? Like it fits like 100 people, whatever. What if you extended the walls and kept extending it until it covered the whole earth, and the whole earth was inside the walls of the sanctuary? Would they like the monsters stand on the little sliver that wasn't?
So you
Because
saying
they're
these
scared?
people should build the wall?
They should.
Wow, this is a political podcast. They all start wearing a red hat.
But they can't see the red hat because they're blind.
And then all the news reporters that are reporting on it, they get attacked by the people. They're like, "No, don't tell them the monsters will watch this and see it." Oh boy, listen.
I like that the doctor came back.
Yeah, that was nice because the director said they put that just to show a sense of hope at the end of the film.
Yeah, it was very. I felt a little teary eyed at one point.
Wow, what a pussy! I mean, yeah, no, that's great. You mentioned the doctor.
Women,
she's
I
like-
am in touch with my feelings.
The doctor,
ladies.
the doctor's rich, and you see, she was like, she's one of the elite, so she would step on other people to get out of there, and then she was
Right.
like, she was with her.
She
with-
killed so many of her patients
She showed up-
as a sacrifice to the crazies.
Like all these people were climbing up on the walls, and she put 2 scalpels in her hands and was like digging up on them like a rock climber to get out of there. And then she got into a silver jet with Hillary Clinton and her friends. And
she
the
has
farmer
like
people.
a sword in either hand, and she's doing like a helicopter move to get through the masses of screaming children.
She was a doctor. She got in with like all the pharma people, and all the pharma people just flew off on their like golden jets. You know what I mean? And they got away because the
Yeah,
doctors
yeah,
are
yeah.
corrupt and shit. Oh boy, wow. Who knows? I did like both aspects of the film. I really did enjoy both aspects of the films. And
Yeah.
I did
It could have been
like
shorter.
the past stuff because and I thought there could have been less characters. But I guess the whole deal with the past characters, it's like half of a zombie film. Whenever like there's a group of people, it's the Night of the Living Dead thing that I always say. It's just a group of people dealing with unseen forces,
Right.
and I can see why it could get a little tedious with them complaining with each other in the house and the stupid decisions.
No, but I
characters
actually
make.
thought the house parts were the best parts.
Okay.
And then it's kind of like, I get it. They're going in the
There's
river.
always some
and,
character that always brings up some fucking like magical horse shit. Like
but it's like, how many times could we see, or how long can we watch them in a river scared, and then
Yeah,
Sandra
you're
Bullock
right.
falling over roots and shit?
But
like,
and I always hated in these type of like horror films when like the character like Charlie, he comes out, he goes, he starts talking about some other world like demon shit, like religious stuff.
Yeah,
I guess there's
right,
people
right.
like that, obviously. But I was just like, oh, brother, you fucking kidding me? Like, people, rational-minded people. Well, I guess there are crazy. If you see something like that, I guess what could you say? You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I enjoyed it over. I guess I did like the past stuff more than the present because
I
it's
wonder
like,
if the book explains what the monsters are.
yeah, I would wonder that too. Like it's almost weird because it's two totally different type of films in one movie. So that's the I think interesting aspect of the movie, and I'm glad that they had a hit on it. Like apparently a lot of people saw this film, and I think the writer now he's working on another anthology, but I forget who he's working on some other film or something. Oh, I believe he's working
The
either
book,
on
the book
new,
writer or the screenplay
the book writer. The book
Okay.
writer. I believe he's working on the new Twilight Zone, or he's working on some anthology or something.
Oh, that's going to be hosted by the guy that did Get Out, by the way.
Yeah, Jordan Peele. They just
Isn't
had
that
a
fucking
commercial.
awesome?
Yeah, I hope it's good. I mean, listen, they've rebooted Twilight Zone about 4 or 5 times, and every other new version.
It's only been
is
good the first time around.
terrible.
And
Yeah.
the movie was good, too.
Yes.
Minus the helicopter incident.
And, oh boy. Anyway, but yeah, I thought it was a solid little movie. Listen, the movie's not fucking perfect. There's like if you've seen one movie, you've seen them all. This type of film. And,
I thought it stood out as far as like a mainstream horror went. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. It's an interesting film.
I don't
and
get why anybody could hate it. At the
Okay,
very
I was
least.
wrong
Like,
about the Twilight Zone. Josh Mallerman, the guy who wrote the novel, he's working on the new Creep Show for Shudder.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Creep Show. I guess it's a new series that they're making instead of a film.
So why
Anyway,
don't they just bring back Tales from the Crypt? God damn it!
They were. M. Night Shyamalan was working on
Yeah,
it.
I
and
know.
They
It's
decided
never
not to.
happening. Like
They just
stupid.
decided not to do it. So
I'm very
hey, good
sad.
for Josh Mallerman. This guy just probably wrote this book a couple years ago, and then they like Netflix picks it up, and he probably doesn't think anything about it, and now his like life has completely changed. So good for him.
Right.
Anyway, I'm gonna go listen to the soundtrack again because I completely don't remember it. But I enjoyed the film. What did you have any final thoughts on it?
Oh, I just said it, but I forgot. It doesn't
Very
matter.
good. That's fabulous.
No, I want to read
What's
the
your
book
rating on
now.
this film?
I want to read the book. I give this film a 8 out of.
Wow.
I thought it was good for a mainstream movie. I thought it was good.
Okay.
Maybe if I would give it like a 6.5 or a 7 if I was just like going off of every horror movie I like. But for a mainstream movie, it's an 8 out of 10. Naming 2 terrified children, boy and girl, for like 5 years
Apparently, a lot of people are now naming their children boy or girl
because of
because
this movie.
Yeah.
What's wrong? That can't be true. It's probably like 3 people, and like somebody wrote a news article like people everywhere. are
It was a
naming-
guy with a
just to like
a guy with a press ticket on his head. He goes, "Wow, what a scoop!" And he just like ran off somewhere.
That's what I mean though. Like 3 people drove a car with a blindfold on because they're stupid. And they're like, guys,
Yeah, don't
there's
do-
pandemonium
Netflix actually-
because of this movie. Like, get over it.
Netflix actually told people, or they said like press releases, like, do not do the fucking BirdBox challenge. People
Yeah.
doing it by themselves, fine, but when you're driving cars doing this shit, you can hurt other people. That's what I get. When people want to be stupid on their own, fine. Don't fucking do this where you can hurt other people like accidentally.
And if you're gonna
Shit like
hurt
that.
people, hurt the right people.
Anyway, I would give this movie a 6 out of 10. It was a 6 is a good for me. 6 is like watchable for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be very definitive in what my thoughts are on movies now because I'm
Uh,
such a who
well,
gives a shit.
5 is
Yeah,
completely
no, it's bad. It's
blank.
just like stupid, bland garbage. Okay, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Having the hot sister who is taken out very early in the film, so you can't see probably the best actor of the movie get taken out. Although she's probably the second best actor because,
Who's the best actor?
well, Sandra Bullock, of course.
That's true.
Uh, so with that, Danny, what's the final word?
Bukkake.